Hey guys, I wanted to share with you a book that Kay Comer had done for me probably about 7 or 8 months ago. Some of you may have seen it on her page, but I wanted to take the opportunity to share it with you and kind of give, um, I guess, my interpretation and likes about the book and what have you. As you can see, it is a grandma book, but we refer to it as a grandpa book. Um, Kay and I have been special friends, or at least I like to think that we've been special friends for a good little while now, probably at least going on a couple of years. And she's always been there to listen and support, and I greatly wanted to thank her for that. And most importantly, every time I pull out this book or another book that she had made for me, then it reminds me of just the good times and her sayings and her healings and just wonderful, wonderful stuff that just makes you feel good. So, Kay, thank you for that. As you can see, it's a variety of different cloth or material on the front, sides. Well, I said that different. This is the front, and this is the back. And when we open it up, and I'm not going to go through everything, but I just wanted to kind of highlight some stuff. When we open it up, um, you have an old big envelope right here, which is just so full of goodies that I'm not even going to take them. Well, if I can maneuver with one hand, perhaps I will. Um, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. But anyway, we'll come back to this. But basically, this is a big envelope with like an old washer looking thing and pin that's connecting it. And the pin's kind of attached to the envelope, so I don't want to rip it or anything. But I'll come back and I'll get into this a little later. May even be a separate piece that I do. But here is the first page of the book. You'll see an old country house, which I think looks just absolutely beautiful, and certainly reminds you of home if you grew up during the olden days, so to speak. And I'm about guessing probably 20, 25 years younger than Kay, um, but have a lot of the same memories that she would have came up with as well. And Kay, I meant that from the bottom of my heart, no disrespect or anything like that. Um, Here's another couple of rusted um, washers here. And then you've got a little saying here that says, "One old home place, 1,000 old memories." And that is oh so true. Um, when you look at and you can just kind of look at this and tell that it's an old house. You've got the old vinyl, you've got the old porch, and just kind of the clutteredness or the uh, some of the shrubbery around the house. And if you look down at the very bottom, it says "Precious memories, how they linger." And that is so true. I can't tell you the number of times that I just go back in my mind and just reminisce about things because it makes me feel so good and so warm inside. And then over here it says "Blessed." And then down here you have some type of, I guess that would be be a button of a sort with just some little raglan type things around it. And of course, I certainly can't describe these books like Kay can, but I'll certainly do my best. And then over here is another kind of small page that is front and back, and you've got a couple of different readings on those pages. The one on this page is called "The Old Home Place," and I'm not going to read everything because if I do, then this will be a very long video, because this book had a lot of detail and a lot of work and writings and stuff in it. Um, Here's a little saying that says, if I can get my camera right, home is the place you grow up, wanting to leave and grow old, wanting to, um, wanting to, wanting to get back to. So I had to kind of move some of this little material here. And then, of course, you've got down the side here, if I can find it, you've got home, sweet home. You've got another button, just like the one on the previous page. You've got a little saying here that says home, but in order to get to it, you got to kind of turn the page. Um, this next one over here, which was a saying by Paul Harvey, and many of you from the days may remember Paul Harvey, and some of you may be too young to even know who Paul Harvey was. But that's okay. This is a saying or a writing about dirt roads, and it truly is true, and it has such a wonderful meaning. If you ever get the opportunity to read it, or if you can actually enlarge this printing um, somehow on your phones or computers to read it, it's certainly a good read, and I'll try to get a good little page place right there where you can possibly read and get all the words in there. There we go. Buttons at the top, of course, numerous old buttons. Over here again, you have another old country farmhouse. Uh, you have like an old tractor that's out here, and of course, back in the days, if you lived in the country and what have you, those were common when they became popular. You have a little saying here that says, "Country roads take me home to a place I belong. West Kentucky, my old mama, take me home, country roads." And I can't remember why Kay said that she actually put West Kentucky there, um, instead of the original saying, but there was a reason. You might want to ask her, as I just can't remember. And then it says authenticity, knowing who you are and being brave enough to live it. I like that. Knowing who you are and being brave enough to live it. Then as you come down the side here, you have three older looking type buttons. Sorry, I'm getting off camera there. I don't mean to be. And then here is the little saying about home. It says home. A home can be made of sticks and mud or great big blocks of snow. A home can be 20 stories tall or in the ground below. A home can be way up on a hill or next to the ocean wide. A home can have a mill above or a chimney on its side. A home can be where you're safe and sound or with family, friends, and more. A home can be where you have your heart and all, uh, and all, uh, and something maybe evermore. I can't read that very last line. Okay, so when we turn the page, again, a very beautiful page. You can just imagine um, how long it takes just to do one of the pages, and the tarring hands and work that Kay certainly would have put into these books is just timeless and amazing. Over here you have some kind of some old tree branches, old tree bark. You kind of hear right there. You got some more little. Not sure if that's a button or what that is. And then you've got something called Strangers in the Box. And just kind of, if I can get it to where hopefully you'll be able to click on that and kind of read it yourself. And if not, like I said, I may have a time where I come back at some point and just read all the different readings from this book because they really are meaningful and heartfelt. Over on this page, and again, remember this is a grandpa book. Over on this page, you have a rusty nail or so. You have an old washer looking thing. Some old rusted paper clips. A couple of old buttons. You even have a which I just now noticed, and I've opened this book numerous times. You even have an old leaf right here that has been done up, and it's the first time that I'm noticing that. Kay, and then you have a little saying here that talks about family. And again, it's hard for me to hold this and read this, so I'm just going to flip over. The next page, this was something that she had included at my request, and I'm ever so thankful for. And this is the grandma's. You've heard her talk about her grandma diaries from 1942. Well, this is a copy of an old rusted um, or tea-dyed or coffee-stained old grandma diary entry that she had included in here. Um, I'll pick one of those out in a minute and read to you. And then we have some old, looks like different sayings. Yeah, some different sayings here. And I'm thinking this may still be part of, let me see, hold on just a second. Okay, this one says just some childhood memories. And it's kind of a journal of a sort too, it looks like. I'm not even sure I've read all of that one. I'll have to go back and reread that one to see. And then there's another one that says some things you keep, excuse me. And I'll also have to go back. And these are, just to give you an idea, these are uh, like 2, 3, 4 pages long, something like that. And to let you know too, to the best of my knowledge, all of this that you see in this book is, unless it's otherwise specified, is Kay's work, meaning that Kay is also the one that wrote the grandma diaries or journals, if you will, to be put into her work. So that's some awesome, neat stuff, and just kind of gives you a little more piece of Kay's work and good stuff. And here we got Remembering the Good Old Days. And that's kind of a long one. You might be able to read it from here. It's kind of hard to say. And then you've got that was Remembering the Good Old Days. And then this is the actual Good Old Days. So there's kind of a little two different names that kind of say the same thing, but yet I believe they're totally different in their the material and stuff that they're talking about. Again, you got some buttons down here. We'll turn the page. Over here, we've got an old clock. Kay will tell you that she loves old clocks, so we've got an old clock here. We've got an old kitchen, and many of you may have grown up in a kitchen like that, or certainly remembered having a kitchen like that. At the top, it says, Take time to make your soul happy. And if you're like me, lots of times when we were growing up, the kitchen was the places where it was happening at, especially I know at my grandmother's house when we would all meet and gather on a Sunday for a great afternoon after church lunch. Um, and then over here, she always makes these little, um, if I can get it up there, these little half pencils um, that you can see. And then she actually included um, a couple of little blank journaling pages, and I had actually scribbled something on here, not exactly sure what. Um, and then what I had done with this pocket is I had kind of added some of my own keepsakes, but she had also added some different readings and different things like that. Um, these are, if you can see me flipping through, these are just some pictures of some of my family. Trying to get down to where, and a lot of those are pictures of my mother who passed away in June of 2017. Here's a little saying that says things to tell the children. Here's one that's talking about the highs and the lows. Every time a new story is told, a fairy is born. Cute little girl picture there. She's got a bunny rabbit. So like I said, right now I don't want to grab all of this stuff and take it out because I'm already at 17 minutes on this video, and I'm just hoping that some people will actually watch it and comment to me about it. But there's an old rusted pen again down here. There's something that says memories of yesteryear. And that's exactly what this book is. And it will certainly bring back your memories of yesteryear anytime you can sit back and look at old pictures or old sayings or readings or anything like that. So if you will excuse me, I'm going to stop it for now. I will, at a later date, do another video to where I will read some of these things to you, including some of the little interesting stuff that's in the big envelope here that Kay had included. Again, thank you, Kay. This is a tribute to you. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate it. God bless you and Geezer, and may y'all have a wonderful day.